We're live.
Hi everybody. It is a little bit after 10 o'clock. It's a rainy, beautiful morning here, and I'm really excited that you guys have joined us. And I'm super excited and grateful for Lisa to be doing this with us. So I wanted to start with just a little bit of housekeeping before I introduce Lisa. And my housekeeping will kind of take us into Lisa. And this is about the GoPro event in Vegas in November. So we have an event page that I set up in Romiz Rock Starz on Facebook that kind of has given you the information for that. This will give you an opportunity to really see what is so cool about network marketing. Last year, Curtis Broome was the host, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. And Lisa was one of the guest speakers. So one of the things that I think is really important about this is going to the GoPro event. That's how I was able to hook up with Lisa and start to develop that relationship with Lisa. So we all know that doTERRA is amazing. It's just amazing. But the network marketing profession is what is going to propel us forward to be able to better share what we have in doTERRA, and just to be able to help with our belief and all of that. So Lisa has been doing, she's been in network marketing for ever and ever. Like last week she said, before the covered wagons. And I think she's amazing. She's a multi-million dollar earner, and her heart is to help and serve others, pretty much like what ours is. And so she has offered to help us, and I'm thrilled that she's here, and I will let you take it away, Lisa.
Good morning, everybody. If you're watching live, unless you're on the East Coast, in which case it's good afternoon, and if you're watching this on a replay, thanks for tuning in. We've moved this to Hangouts, and for a lot of you this might be new technology, but what's really exciting about it is that while we're talking, we are creating both a video on demand system. So if you've joined this late, you can actually go back to the beginning and watch it much as you would a TiVo, and watch it at your leisure or watch it later. And we've also enabled a Q&A app if you're watching this on the event page. So what you can go ahead and do, and I love when people do this, is just say hi and let us know you're here, because we can see that, and you'll have the ability from time to time to ask us questions and to let us know, to give us feedback as you will if you want to watch live. And before we get into anything this morning, why don't you go ahead and say hi so we can see that you're there, because I see we have quite a few viewers watching. So if you'll see that little thing that says Q&A, you can go ahead and figure that out. And when you do, say hi, I'm watching you, I'm alive, I'm here, whatever it may be. And we'll see those pop up inside of this Hangout, and we can respond to you. Romy started out by sharing about the GoPro event. And really, it is the most important event in the network marketing space. And we are all big advocates of network marketing. I myself believe that it is the last frontier of what I now say is the global dream. There are a lot of good, good morning, Janet. I see it. Fantastic. Janet from Springfield, Missouri is on, and she says good morning, and good morning to you, Janet. And we are all part, there are a lot of good companies, and doTERRA is a phenomenal company, fantastic numbers, and it resonates with all of you that are watching. And there is a bigger community that we are all a part of, and that is the network marketing profession, a profession that allows people basically to do everything from use a great product at wholesale, refer it to a few friends and get it for free, or in the alternative, create a few $100s extra a month income, or completely change their lives and build an empire from a spare bedroom in their home or from a smartphone in their hand. And that's a lot different than when I started. Back in the day, it cost us $1,000 a month to do 4 conference calls around the country, 1 hour each. And today, we have technology like this where we can literally use Google's backbone and broadcast to millions of people around the world. It just amazes me. But the GoPro event this year is going to have 8,000 people. And when you're in a fantastic company like doTERRA that's doing so much revenue and in these countries, you have fantastic events, and you have the opportunity at events to go and meet the very, very best people and hear from the very, very best people in your own company. But when you have an event like the one Eric puts on, there's only a couple of those events in the industry where you have the opportunity to hear from the very, very best in all of the top companies coming and sharing. And I think what's so neat is you really have the opportunity to see how big the industry is and how there really are no secrets. Everybody who reaches the top pinnacle and everything in between really does it the same way. And it makes it real for a lot of people. And I would have to say that we learn a lot by doing, we learn a lot by modeling, but every breakthrough that I ever had was at an event. Every great mentor that I found to increase my thinking, not necessarily to learn a new technique, but to change the way I thought, or to look at things differently, or to change my perspective, happened at events. So you want to get to Vegas for this event if you have the opportunity. And because Romi's pretty well connected and has reached a very high level in her company, through her you have the opportunity to get there for a lot less money with those tickets than when they go on sale August 11th to the general public. So you want to take advantage of that. Joan, good morning. No, we cannot see you, but you can see us, but we can communicate with you this way. Good morning, Jacqueline, and good morning, Elizabeth and Darla and Alicia. My goodness, we have so many people checking in. That's wonderful. What I thought we were going to do this morning is I was going to sort of take you back to basics, and we're going to start a process. By the way, Curtis is so sorry he couldn't attend this morning. He is in Phoenix working with a team live, but he will be here next week to show you some amazing things and tie it all together. I'm sort of big picture. So we're going to get you, I'm going to give you some things today to help you really think. And we're going to go back to the basics. And a lot of what I teach you, you're going to say, what I talk about, you're going to say, gosh, I can't believe she's talking about this stuff. And a lot of it's a new twist. Because I've been doing this for 25 years. I've had groups in excess of 1 million people in my downline. Right now I've got a group that I am pretty much retired. I support my leadership around the world as my business is primarily overseas, but I am actually living the dream. I have built a business that gives me the freedom to chase a new passion of mine, which is speaking and training and helping people in all of the companies and helping spread the word about network marketing, helping people cut time off their learning curve. So if you already know this or you think that you do, then look at it from a different perspective, because the next thing you really want to be able to do to really to obsolete yourself, to be able to have that passive life on a beach, if you so choose, is you have to become a great teacher of the things you learn how to do. And that's a lot more difficult sometimes than doing it. For example, if you cook, there are a lot of things you're great and you make them so well that you don't even really know how you do it. And if somebody walked in your kitchen and said, gee, I want to learn how to make your fantastic, incredible chicken pot pie, how do you do it? You'd realize, you really don't have a recipe because you just know how to do it. And sitting down and creating that recipe and retracing your steps and slowing down to understand, well, I do this, and then I do this, and then I do this, it's really an interesting exercise. And only when you can do that and teach it to somebody else and watch them and then help them teach it to someone else. And then when about 4 levels below you, somebody can teach it without you, and you go up and you meet somebody and they say, who are you? And you're like, I'm the person who designed that training. And they're like, really? That's when you know that it's really, really working. So the first thing I want to talk about is the list. You see, when everybody gets into network marketing, we say make a list. And I want to tell you the reason for that. I love technology. I think technology is amazing because technology allows us to reach more people more efficiently and get our message out quicker and save time. It allows us to automate things. But here's the thing. I started network marketing 27 years ago, so I'm letting you know that I actually am 100. I use these wonderful products in network marketing, so I only look 72. But when I started, I didn't have all the wonderful technology available to me that I have today, and I'm pretty much a techno-idiot, so I can't use a lot of things other people can. So my methods of delivery have changed, but I do exactly today what I did back then. And you'll find that most people do. And what's happening is I want people, if the lights went out and you couldn't start the PowerPoint and there was no microphone and you were in a room full of people, could you get on stage with one of these and a marker and get through a meeting all by yourself if you had to? And that's really where it starts. because I actually have a group in Papua New Guinea who shows the plan with sticks in the dirt. Because all the stuff that we use is, but you know what? They're doing the same thing as I'm doing here, because it's about people. And I like people to get a spiral notebook, and I would recommend strongly that everybody do this, a spiral notebook, and make their list. And even if you've been doing this for a year or 10 years or 5 years, let me show you something. These, wait, this one's like stuck. These are spiral notebooks of mine that go back 20 years. And the reason I like spiral notebooks is everybody can do it. And the other thing is, when when we get older and we get into college, they give us these. Where are they? I have one. I think I have one. Well, I should have had one. A composition. I do. They give us these composition books. See how they don't have the spirals? These composition books, things fall out easily. The pieces of paper fall out so easily. Spiral notebooks, they stay. That's why when you're in the younger grades, that's what they have you use. And the reason I like people to write a list is I want you to bear with me. I think phones are great. I think Facebook is great. I think email contact databases are great. But what's in your head when you write it down? When you start a list will never end. And the first thing we want people, you'll always be adding to it, and you'll never get through it. Well, all the way, because very quickly you'll be helping other people with their lists. The first thing that we have to help people when they get into network marketing with is to take them from scarcity thinking to abundance thinking. You see, people always say they don't have anybody to talk to, or they don't know anybody, or they've run out of people. You've never run out of people, because you know many more people than you think, and the people that you know many, many more people than you think. And when we get somebody to just take out a spiral notebook and just start writing, the act of writing, when you write, it makes you think of more people. And as you empty your brain, it makes you think of more people. And what we teach people is you're always going to be adding to that list. You're going to go to the grocery store and meet people. You're going to go to conventions and meet people. And the only people who don't belong on your list is somebody that's already in your business, or somebody that you are don't want to work with so badly that one day, if you went to a convention and you saw this person walk across the stage and be recognized as a diamond, you could look at it and say, you know what, I'm happy for them, but I never wanted to work with them. I don't care that I never called. So if you think of somebody and you feel that way, that strongly, that even if they become the #1 earner in your company, you're thrilled that you didn't take a shot at calling them and sponsoring them, don't write them on your list. Other than that, if they're not in your business, you should write them on the list. And again, the reason is if people keep adding to the list, they will very quickly see that they have a list of people that is bigger than they could ever tackle. You see, I don't want people looking at a list going, oh my gosh, I have nobody to call, it's so short. You want to look at a list saying, there's no way I'm ever going to get to all these people, because it's a slight change in thinking. Is everybody with me? Romy, you get that? Okay, fantastic. So the first thing I want you to write down is go get a spiral notebook this week and just start writing names. Don't think about it. Don't second guess it. We're going to tell you next week exactly what you're going to do with it. Because now I'm going to switch gears, because what I really have here today is I want to talk to you about people and about some of the fallbacks that people have and about conversations. And I can write on the board a little bit if you guys would like. So I'm reading this. So why don't you tell me, oh my goodness, Nicole and Tia and Sylvia, welcome to you. And so I'm here, seeing all of you here. And do you guys want me to write on the board, or would you like me just to talk and you can take the notes? Because I can do either. So I'm going to wait and see what pops up here, and we'll know in a second. Good morning, Laura and Joan. So what are we seeing? I'm in St. Paul. So you guys tell me what you think about that. But in the meantime, I want to talk about people. Here's one of the first challenges people have in network marketing. They get involved, and immediately they say they really don't want to talk to their friends and their family. Don't want to talk to them. Don't want to recruit them. Guess what, folks? The instinct is correct. The instinct's correct. You don't want to bring your friends and family into business with you because 99% of the time they're not going to join you. Now, you may have one of those families where they do, but I've been doing this for 25 years and I have never had my family in my business. And in the beginning, I tried. And my brother still wants to know when I'm going to go do something normal with my life. So there you go. But my family have always been great supporters of my business. They use my products, they try my products, they give me feedback, which is what family's for. So I want you to imagine that there are 3 types of people in the world in your business, not 2. You always hear us talk about the warm market and the cold market, and I think you all have ideas of what that means. I want to hi Melissa, I wanted you, and Alicia, I want you guys to think about hot market. Your hot market are your friends and family, the ones that you don't want to call about the business, the ones that love you so much, they trust your judgment not at all. The people that are at family reunions, the people that knew you when, the people that if it was 3 o'clock in the morning and you were stranded on a dirt road, you would call to come get you. That's your hot market. Now, if you opened an Italian restaurant in town, who would be there on opening night? Your friends, those very same people on that list. Those people that would be there at 3 o'clock in the morning, those family reunion people. Because that's what you do. You support friends and family. And they'd be there. They didn't invite them over to cook. They came to the opening of your restaurant to help you celebrate. And they're all going to buy dinner. You're not going to give them dinner. And here's what's going to happen. If the food is good and the value is there, they are going to patronize your restaurant because we like to do that. We all support the establishments and businesses of people that we love, know, and care about and recommend them to others if the value's there. If the food's pretty lousy and overpriced, you know what's going to happen? They're going to lie. They're going to pay the bill, lie to you, tell you it was fantastic, and you're never going to see them again. That's human nature. And when we do business, we have great success when we align with human nature rather than trying to change human nature. We don't try to create habits or change habits. We try to leverage habits that already exist within human nature, and we try to modify them. So once you get this whole list done, we're going to focus on the hot market because here's what happens when people are brand new. They have 3 things when they started in network marketing. 1, they have a lot of fear. They're scared to death of making a fool of themselves. They're scared they made a wrong decision. They're scared that people are going to laugh at them. They're scared they're not going to be successful. That's 1. 2, they usually have a lot of product, or they think they have a lot of product. It really isn't a lot of product, but they think it is. Because most companies have a small package, a medium package, a large package, and I am an advocate of the large package. And I'm an advocate of getting started right. Now, if people can't afford to buy it on day 1, I'm okay with that because I don't think it's about buying a package. I think it's about getting the product and moving it into the marketplace. Believe it or not, network marketing is about marketing to your network, not selling to your network. We all hate to sell, and most people hate to be sold to. Marketing, and we're going to talk about that in the coming weeks. So, but I believe that you have success when you actually move the product out into your network. So we're going to talk about how you get that done. So what you do, that hot market is there to support you. So I want you to think about how you got products. I want you to think about this, and we're going to come back to this. There's only 2 types of purchases people make in the world. One does require great salesmanship, and those are the types of those are things like houses and cars and refrigerators and washing machines, big ticket items. And if you think about when you bought those, you needed very knowledgeable salespeople to tell you what the features and benefits of those items were, why the LG was better than the Samsung and gave you more value for your money, because that's a big decision. But the other types of products that you use, if I were to come to your home right now, I would walk around the house and I would find a lot of brands that you use. And whether you realize it or not, let me tell you how that happened. You either saw an infomercial, or you opened a magazine and you saw an ad that you really liked and said, gee, I'm going to go try that. I'm going to go buy and try that product. Or somebody recommended it to you, or you were walking through the grocery store and you said, you know, I wonder if the store-bought brand of garbage bags are as good as the Hefty. because they're 25% cheaper. I'm going to buy those and go home and see. Or you saw a great display, or a girl grabbed you at the mall and said, let me do a makeover, and you looked in the mirror and you said, gee, I love that eyeshadow on me, not realizing it was probably her talent more than it was their eyeshadow, and you bought it. However it happened, you bought something, you tried it, you liked it, and you decided it was going to be your brand. But let me tell you what else would still be in your house unless you've thrown it away, and you probably have. The exact same thing happened to you a number of other times. You saw something or heard about something, and you decided to buy it. You tried it, and you said, it did not become your brand. You see, we can't get customers for those types of products. Estee Lauder can't do it. Procter & Gamble can't do it. Nobody can do it. All those infomercials do, all that advertising does, is get you to buy it, take it home and try it, and then it is the product itself and your experience with the product that will determine if you're going to be a long-term user or not. For example, I thought that I was a consumer of ketchup because I like ketchup. I found out recently that I like Heinz ketchup. I've always bought Heinz ketchup. My mother bought Heinz ketchup. But one day, somehow or another, it wasn't me, in my kitchen ended up something called Hunt's ketchup. And I did not like it at all. So I bought it. Actually, I think my husband bought it. We tried it, and I did not like it. So I did not become a long-term consumer. So first you're a trial customer, and then the product determines if you're going to be a long-term user. So take the pressure off. So let me back up now. No matter how it happens, for the types of products that are ongoing usage, what we buy them, we try them, we decide. You know what the best methodology is? And every study and every case study and every statistic is always proven? Word of mouth. When somebody recommends word of mouth, that is the most effective way to get someone to buy and try a product. And you know what your best market is? We're back to the people. A brand new person in network marketing has three things. They have all this product, they've got enormous fear, and they have a list of people, a group of people, their close friends and family, that want to help and support them. That's when if you're a leader, this is what they bring you on day one. They have a group of people that you don't know that are willing to help them out when they ask for help. And that is the first step to getting people to action, because what we teach people how to do in their first 24 to 72 hours is go to their hot market, not to recruit, not to talk about their business, but to get success, to get trial customers, get their product into the marketplace, make some money or get their money back if they bought the big package, and create the most important thing that you have in network marketing for your entire career, and that's your story. You see, the very best networkers ask questions and they tell stories. So let me tell you how this works. When we make this big list, we're going to tell you how to pick your hot market off of it, and it goes like this. Hi, Aunt Romy, this is Lisa. I've started a new business. I'm not asking you to join it. I'm not even asking you to become my customer long term. I am asking you to help me out. I need 10 trial customers to try my product to get feedback for my marketing. I want you to get some product. I want you to use it for a month. As directed, I need you to use it, Aunt Romy, not just get it. At the end of a month, if you love the product, and I expect that you will, most everybody does, you can become a preferred customer. I'll even show you my business at that point if you want to see it. If you don't like it, I'll never ask you to buy it again. Can I count on you to help me? And that is the key sentence. Can I count on you? Now, we know from having built businesses for 20 years and from everywhere we're teaching this, that 60 to 80% of the hot market people that you ask for help and support will say yes. Why? Because they love you. Because you're asking them for something specific that they can do, and because you're telling them that if after they've fulfilled what you've asked them to do, if it's not for them, you're going to let them off the hook, and they don't ever have to buy again. Now, here's what's cool about this. If somebody joins a network marketing company, obviously they like the product. But after about 3 to 4 months, most people kind of go passive. They didn't realize it was really work. They didn't really realize it was business. But if you've created a good environment and they love the environment and they like the product, they'll be on auto ship forever, provided they got their money back and they need product every month. And this mechanism helps us to take that initial big order they've gotten and get it out to their most forgiving audience. The people that love them the most, that are the most inclined to help them, the least intimidating. It makes them better. Because the more you talk to people, the more you go through the process, the better you are. And starting with the hot market, not trying to bring them into business, but just getting their help, gets you consumers. Because about 3 out of 10 people that buy and try any good product, and this doesn't come from network marketing, this is the world at large, become consumers for a period of time. In a hot market scenario, it can be even greater. And over time, about 2 out of 10 of those consumers stick. That's where the long-term revenue comes in network marketing, is from the people that are long-term consumers who love the product. So now at the end of 90 days, even if someone goes past them, they're a long-term consumer, and so are 2 or 3 of their hot market. And that's how it actually becomes a huge business over time that can make you a lot of money. Because we're not really in the business opportunity business. We're in the brand culture branding business. We're building a network of consumers and those that figure out how to work through people to people, looking for those that are looking to spread a message and create life-changing revenue and life change for themselves, have the opportunity to do so. But along the way, we pick up so many people that consume the product. Romy, why don't you come on live and let's give people a chance to digest this and see what questions they have before I go any further. So we got questions, anybody? Because I know that was a lot of information. So give me your thoughts, and remember, this is recorded, so you can go back later and listen to it again, because I'm going to give you another trick in a little bit. Now, what I talked about, hi Aunt Romy, we've got those scripts. We're going to get them to Romy. She'll get them out to you. But I'm going to tell you a way that we've made this even simpler over the last couple of months because of something that happened in Denmark. But first, I want to see if anybody's got any questions or give me some feedback. Is this making sense? Is this something that is helping you change your thinking a little bit?
One thing I want to throw out there quick because of just the terminology. The terminology that Lisa uses is general network marketing terminology. So when she talks preferred customers, that is the general terminology. So I know that that's going to end up being a question that we have. So our goal is to have everybody have a wholesale account. So just in case you guys got stuck on that, just on that terminology, that's all that is terminology. So
exactly, meaning that at the end of the day, that's really what we're building, is a huge amount of consumers. Okay, I will put some notes on the board right now because some people want just some high points on it. Okay, we have hot market, warm market, and cold market. And the hot market is where we get our initial trial customers. And that's what we've been talking about here, by asking for help. And by the way, people always ask me, do you lead with the business or the product? The only time that I only talk about the product, really, is in the hot market when people first get started. Because before you can go out and build a business, you need to, get the product in play. It's about marketing to your network, right? So, and by the way, here's the thing that I want you to understand about why this is so important. If you ask 100 people what they want out of a network marketing business, they'll tell you to make money. That's what they'll say. But here's what they really want. What they really want is to make their money back. They really want to make their money back. They won't say that, and of course I can't, I'm not going to go out and tell the story of, hey, Romy, come join me in business, we'll get your money back. She would say, Lisa, why would I get in business? I'll stay at home, watch TV, keep my money, that I don't have to worry about getting it back. But that's really what they want, because they want to believe. You know, they want to believe that it can work. They want to see it work. And by the way, if you think about it, business, this is a business. It is a people business. People are not numbers, but it is a numbers game. So when you start a business, you spend some money. You know, it's an expense. But you're not really spending money. What you're doing is you're taking money and you're converting it into an asset. The asset is product. You buy some product. Some you're going to use. Some you need to show other people what you have. But some you've got, and it's sitting there. And that's where a lot of people stop. And what this does for you is it takes that asset and it finishes the equation. It turns it back into money. Because you go out, you ask for help. You ask your hot market to help you out, kind of like being at your restaurant on opening night. Buy the product, try the product, and let the product dictate it. If they like the experience, if they see the value, they'll become a wholesale customer or a wholesale account. If they don't, that's okay. Because our job isn't to get customers. We can't. Our job is to get the product out, have people buy it, try it, and see. We're really in the business of giving people choice. That's everything we do. We call people up and we say, will you help me? That's what we're doing here. And they say no, and if they say no, that's okay. Or they say yes, that's a choice. At the end of a month, we say, do you want to be a wholesale customer, in which case that's fantastic. Or they say, I'm happy to help you, but it's not for me. And that's okay. Here, and then we say, and you can start with a particular product. I recommend that when you go out, when you teach people to go out and talk to their hot market, you focus it on one product that you want them to try because it's easier to duplicate. I know there's so many that are fabulous, but with new people, the more they have to do, the more confused and intimidated they become and don't do anything. And our goal for them is to get people to action because they're going to be surprised and amazed. I have people call me every day, oh, my mom said yes. She said she'd buy it and try it. Of course she did. She's your mother. And yet people are shocked because they get themselves so worked up. Think about it. I want you to put yourself in the other shoes. If someone who you know, love, and cared about called you, not with this crazy, come get in business with me nonsense, but said, Aunt, who am I looking at? Aunt Janet Wright, I just started a new business. I'm calling for your help. I'm not asking you to join it. I just got started. I'm not asking you to be a customer, but I really would like you to help me out. I would like you to buy a month's supply or buy a bottle of X. I want you to use it as directed. And then I'm going to want your feedback. If you like the product, and I expect that you will, I'm going to want your testimonial. And by the way, folks, hot market are the most likely to do the video for you, to give you the testimonial, to give you the story. And Aunt Janet, if you don't like it, that's okay. I'll never ask you to buy it again. But right now, I need 10 to 15 trial customers. Can I count on you to help me get my business off the ground? Aren't you going to say yes? Of course you are. It's the Girl Scout cookie approach. You've all seen Girl Scouts. They're really cute. They sell really awful cookies, except for Thin Mints. They're overpriced. We all buy them more than we need. But they come back next year. We still have the stale ones from last year sitting in the pantry, but we buy them again because they're cute and because we want to help and we want to support. People like to help people, especially people they love and care about. You'll never meet a successful person whose story doesn't start out with the people that help them. Always give people the opportunity to be a hero in your story. So what happens is we teach people to get their money back in 24 to 72 hours simply by working with their hot market, usually before the product has shown up. Because with hot market, they don't need to try it. You don't need to be a product expert and know everything about your product, because if they want information, you can send them to the website. But you have told them, I just got started. I'm asking for help. I need you to tell me. I need your feedback. I need you to be part of my trial. You love me, and I'm serious. That's basically the message you're sending. And it works. I can show you testimonials from 10 different companies that are good companies across the industry with people that are in their fourth company that have been doing this for years that in 72 hours, have all their product out. And the most shocking thing for them, they're excited that the product's out. They're excited they got their money back. But you know what they're most excited about? Their friends and family are helping them and on their team instead of making fun of them, because they're asking friends and family to do what friends and family does, which is help us and support us and make fun of us behind our back. But that's okay, because we know they do that. Is this making sense? Okay, so that's a lot of information for today. There's one more thing I can give you some stuff to think about going into next week, or we can call it a day because I don't want to give you information overload. So why don't you guys tell me what you'd like me to do, and I'll wait here. And remember that this is recorded, and you can watch the replay and stop it and start it as often as you want to listen to it over and over again and see what you pick up. So I'm just going to wait and see what people say. And move up and see you. Hi, Melissa. Glad this is making sense for you. I've got one more piece I'm going to give you. Oh, I'm great. No questions. Great. Oh, we're getting some really good feedback here. Hey, Nicole. So what are you guys thinking? You want a little bit more, or you want to save it for next week, or what can we do here? In the meantime, let me share something with you, and I will get these scripts out to Romy very soon, probably tomorrow, because with Curtis gone, I'm handling everything today, so I'm a little bit frazzled. And Colin is a little bit frazzled as well. But we will probably get them out tomorrow. And then you can make them specific, Romy, for doTERRA, because I made them kind of generic. But here's the cool thing. We have actually gotten this down to where it can now be done with texts. We're in Denmark, and in Denmark, believe it or not, they have some crazy doorstop law where I don't think your mother would turn you in, but nonetheless, I can't really call up and say, hi, Mom, I want your help. I would have Mom call me. I mean, so I said, well, try this. We do this. So we had them all start sending out texts. Hi, Mom, I've started a new business. I like your help. Because they have to ask you, if you'd like to know how you can help me, please text me back. And they would. And it would say, well, I've started a new business, and we'll send those scripts on to Romy. I've got this product. I want you to try it. It's $55, it's $60, whatever it is. And we had people move $1,000 worth of product without ever talking to anybody in their hot market. And it's happening more and more and more. How do you decide? Now, here's the thing. I believe in duplication. Romy, when there's somebody's asking how to decide what product to work with, in a pilot group, I would pick the product that is the most universal. The one that's anything that's, you always want to start with what is the most universal whenever you're doing anything, because remember, the business isn't for everybody. Products are. So if you've got a general well-being product versus, this might be for general well-being, everybody should use it, or the most people can use it, versus this is specifically for a headache, or this is for, and I'm just going around the industry, this is for, hypertension, or this is for people for heart health. The one that is the most general, the one that's going to get, you think, the fastest response, where the most people will feel a difference in a month, is always the product you start with. And here's the cool thing about Hot Market that's so effective. Every time a company introduces a new product, you can go right back to your Hot Market and ask them, and they'll buy it again. And what we've seen, because they'll help you again, because they're your trial group. And we've seen groups that literally, people start out with their $1,000 package, which is a lot of, let's say, whatever one particular product is. And then about 6 to 8 months later, the company will introduce a new product. They call the same people and say, you helped me the last time, we've got another, will you help me again? And about 80% of the people do. And it's amazing the volume that's moving. And it's not volume that's standing up in someone's garage. It's volume that's moving, and people are deciding. And that's all we're really in. Everything we do is about choice. And what we're going to move into next week, which is why I'm having you make the list, is how you, once you've taught people how to do this and gotten them a little bit of a success story, how we then move in to doing the same thing, going out and talking to people without selling, without preaching, and having them look at what we've got to offer from a business perspective, from a financial opportunity perspective, and then, again, offering them choice. and letting them make choices. It's always about them and their choices and how we get even more people, even when they say no to the opportunity, say yes to the products. And it's really amazing how circular it becomes and how duplicable it becomes. And that's what we'll do next week and have it all tied together. So I'm going to get those scripts to Romy, and I'm going to work with her a little bit, and we'll try to get you know, a product that we're going to suggest that you do it with. You know, just start, because it's always a good place to start with a new person. The least amount of choices you give a new person and the more of an action plan you give them and the faster you get them to action, the greater success they will have. And if you can get people success in action, mostly the support for the things we're talking about, you'll be amazed. Not how many more people necessarily go set the world on fire in business, but how many more people get exposed, and ultimately how many more consumers you have, and how much more success your part-time and your transitional people will have. Because people that are going to set the world on fire are going to set the world on fire no matter what. It's all the other people that need more and need clarity. Clarity is key, and that's what we're hoping to give you here. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. And it's great being with you. And in case you thought there wasn't a method to my madness, this is a Likes for Lisa telethon. So if you would go ahead, if you haven't already, I would so appreciate it if you would go to my fan page and like it. It's facebook.com/YVPLG. And I know Romy will put it up somewhere. And if you could tell all your friends, it's just a lot of motivational stuff I put up. But, you know, I work with a lot of internet marketers, teaching them community, and they always laugh at me because I'm internet stupid and techno moron. So I want them to see like my growing page. So if you'd all help me out there, I really appreciate it. And anything I can do to help and support you, I'm here for you, because love you all, love network marketing, love that you're out changing lives every day, and appreciate what you do. Romy?
Thank you, everybody, for being here. I would love to hear your feedback and your comments. Post those in Rock Stars on Facebook. I'll post the link as soon as we're done. As soon as we're done, it'll automatically go to the YouTube channel.
Actually, Romy, the very same link you're watching this on the event page is the link for the replay. If you send people to the replay, I would send people the replays of the individuals, because then they can make more comments, and then overall they can go to the whole archive as they catch up on YouTube. But the first one I'd send out is this, because then it's just this they're focused on.
Okay, perfect. So, and then if you guys will share with your team, get everybody involved, because we're going to be doing this every Wednesday. I'm not sure what the time frame is. That all depends on Lisa's schedule and what she has in mind for us.
Unless I'm on an airplane, sometimes it may be hard to get on a hangout, but unless I'm on an airplane, sometimes we'll do a call if we have to, like we did last week. But unless I'm on an airplane, you got me for the duration.
Nice. So, so if you haven't figured out by now how awesome Lisa is, you will. And so share with your team how awesome she is. And I highly, highly recommend that you take advantage of this opportunity. I haven't done trainings, and so we're getting ready to jump into, we just started with the best. So just please share. Let's take advantage of this, and let's
go diamond. Anybody who wants to get there, that's our goal, is to help you get there.
Yeah, yeah.
And the very link you watch this on, you can send out right now. It's available. The replay is available. And have an awesome day, awesome week.
Thanks, everybody.